What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Ryan Reynolds will play Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. So, I guess this is assuming that there is a Mortal Kombat 2. That's kind of a separate discussion, but let me firstly say that I really do think there'll be a sequel. I want a sequel. There are many problems with the first movie. I overall did really enjoy it, though. I don't think it's like the best, gaming or a movie adaptation of a game ever, but I do think it's very solid in what it does well. I think it does really well, and I think the potential for doing much better and doing bigger and better things in the future is very high, very high. So to kind of get that out of the way, I want more. I want a Mortal Kombat 2. The movie is doing very well box office wise. The movie did really, really well on HBO Max, almost similar to like Wonder Woman and Godzilla vs. Kong, which were obviously really big numbers and really big things on HBO Max. So it's great to see the movie have success. And I guess spoilers for the end of the movie in regards to Johnny Cage is that Johnny Cage would be in a second movie. So that's another thing I think to say rather early is if there is a second movie, Johnny Cage is 100% for sure in it. He would actually, I didn't like Cole personally, okay, as a main character. I think he was kind of bland. The actor seems very passionate about Mortal Kombat. He seems like a good guy from interviews that I've seen of him, but I don't think he could carry a movie. I think that character, not even just all his fault, and that character was a little bit bland. But the good news is Johnny Cage is not bland. Johnny Cage is, you can maybe call him one-dimensional, but he's a very, personality-driven character, which I think is really, really good. So, if he kind of co-stars or if he's one of the main leads of Mortal Kombat 2, I think that's a good thing. And when it comes to Ryan Reynolds, look, it's no surprise. Everybody's throwing that name out there. I figured I would throw my hat in the ring too. I think he would be absolutely perfect. I really do. And I look at it from a couple different angles too, because I think number one, he just fits that role so well. He really, I mean, how could you find someone else that is that, well, okay, there's maybe people that are maybe regarded as a little bit more cool than him in Hollywood, but to be honest with you, not many. Like, if you had to do, like, tiers, like an A tier or, like, even, like, an S tier. So you had an S tier, okay? Ryan Reynolds is in that S tier. There's maybe other people in the S tier, but Ryan Reynolds is also definitely there. So he fits that Hollywood personality in the way that he's, obviously a big, blockbuster star. He's very funny. He can do action. So, like, he really has all the traits you could imagine him, and he's been cocky in different movies, right? You can imagine him as that. So I think personality-wise and even like looks, honestly, even looks and build, I think he would be absolutely perfect as Johnny Cage. And then you also look at it as, the movie doesn't necessarily need any more help to make more money because, again, it's doing relatively well in the box office, and we're still living in a world where people are, still not going out to see movies. So I think in a normal world, it would have done really darn well, at theaters. Again, like it did really well in HBO Max. So I think the movie, if they made a second one, 2-3 years away, I think it would do rather well. But it doesn't hurt to have one of the biggest names. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say Hollywood because I keep throwing Hollywood with Johnny Cage, but like to have somebody of Ryan Reynolds' status, there are big names, kind of more diverse big names in Mortal Kombat, right? The actor who plays Scorpion, the actor who like a lot of these actors are actually very well respected, but then they also have smaller names. The actor who plays Sub-Zero, he's not been in all the, he's amazing, okay? And I actually rewatched all the Fast and Furious films, and I forgot that he was in, he was in Fast and Furious, so that's pretty funny. So it doesn't hurt that you have this group of people that some of them are a little, not as well known in terms of actors or actresses as others, but then you throw in somebody like Ryan Reynolds, and you could say, like, well, does he steal the spot? Because that's kind of like the funny, ironic, non-ironic thing about it, right? Where it's like, okay, well, if you put Ryan Reynolds in, he immediately, I think, becomes the biggest name, the biggest literal celebrity name in Mortal Kombat. And you could say, well, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Well, I think it also literally applies to the movie itself, because it's like now you have this personality or this character that's kind of larger than life and larger than the rest of them, and that's kind of the point with Johnny Cage. So I think honestly that's one of the most interesting and funny and again kind of ironic things about it is like yeah, would there be a worry that he would steal, the spotlight or steal this or steal that? Yeah, and that's kind of like the reason why you do so in Johnny Cage. And I do understand. Now, I don't like the idea of like they don't want a straight white guy or whatever. They don't want a white guy as the lead of Mortal Kombat. I don't like it when they say it like that, because actually that kind of sounds a certain word that if you said it with another race in mind, you would be considered a certain one. So I don't like that, but I understand the basic principles that like Mortal Kombat is very, very diverse. There's a chance here really to highlight a lot of different people here, right? And that's what they did. And I think, honestly, I feel like that was very good. I've said it before, like, while I don't like Cole, the movie is really a movie by committee. Like, there's a lot of characters, and, Kano obviously carries, I would say, like a large majority of it, but I actually really like Sonya. I think she's solid. Jax was kind of up and down, but, like, none of them are, like, truly awful. And again, like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, like these actors and actresses, I think held their weight, and they all kind of did it together. There really was, like, Cole was the main character, but I mean, there was a lot of other people that had equal screen time to him, you know what I mean? So I think they did a really, really good job. So I understand why you wouldn't have a Johnny Cage there, because again, he would, I think, and he will in the second one, kind of become either the main character or it will be him and Cole, and then there will be kind of the rest of the group. So like, I understand why you don't do it, but I think again, Ryan Reynolds is perfect for that. So I think it's only a matter of time. I did see Ryan Reynolds' tweet, by the way. I know I didn't throw that in there, but I did see his tweet. I think he's having fun with people, asking him about it. I think, obviously I'm not in Hollywood. They'd have to, I mean, he's a big time name, so he's probably going to cost more than anybody else on the payroll for Mortal Kombat. So like, obviously they'd have to meet whatever requirements he sets, but I think he'd be willing to do it. I think it makes complete sense. I think it would work so well. I think it would give the movie kind of an extra shot that you could argue it needs it or it doesn't need it, but I think it would absolutely would help no matter what, right? So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Is there somebody better than Ryan Reynolds? Do you think they could do Johnny Cage? Let me know. Or do you think Ryan Reynolds is the best choice? As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.